politician, when they're at any kind of debate, their mind is completely rooted, exhausted, and they're like just about to kill somebody on a particular thing. Literally in that mood. But when something like this happens, when somebody is specifically inviting them for a particular speech or conference, their personality totally change. They become a total person, like so down to earth, so humble and kind person. How? And even when you take the example of these big authorities or big billionaires like Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, or Ritesh Agarwal, whenever they're spotted, they are so humble. And even recently, a bit clip of Bill Gates has been captured where people were asking him about Indian culture, about this chai biscuit, small mediocre things. And he was just answering very happily. So humble, like taking everybody's question. And even recently, I just attended one of the events which was going where Ritesh Agarwal was invited. And he was so humble to everybody, answering everybody's question. Just saying that, hey, I want to just take that person's question. And even showing his gratitude to everybody. And everybody was loving him so much just for that. But do you really think so? The same thing is with Ambani family, whole family. So humble at their wedding, at their that Ganesh Utsav, and so humble, so kind, so down to earth people. But do you really think these billionaires and those people are really humble? Politicians, actor and actress, billionaires, owners of great company. They are really humble? Of course, they're not so bad, but they are really humble or not? And if they are so humble, why? When it comes like whenever they're coming in like normal shirt and lowers or t-shirts or even slippers, why people just be like, oh, they're so humble, they're so down to earth? Or even whenever just they are saying anything about, hey, that you should not be like at the garage itself, you should not just throw Gadipati Bappa in the river like this. Whenever they say something like it, everybody be like, hey, that person is so good. That person actually cares for India. But whenever you say this thing, why it becomes like nobody is valuing it. And even when you help somebody, or whenever you care for somebody, or whenever you love somebody, show care for your parents, or whatsoever you do something kind or which is humble gesture, why not anybody value you? Even same in your office. Even you're doing proper hard work, humbleness is doing everything on top is there. But still, why not anybody is valuing you after you're being so humble? And at they're doing the same, but the value of them is being triple and like extraordinary. Let's take the example of Ambani family. What not happened at that thing? Even at a small thing, people were like, oh, so humble. Why is it like that? And even you must have met people like who is having great humbleness, great gestures, like Ritesh Agarwal. But you see that thing here, people don't value them. They're literally normal guy, and they're literally normal guys, and nobody kind of value them much. It's like it's going so sweet, so kind. Nothing above that. When it comes to any big authority or any billionaire, it's like, oh my god, so big thing. Do you know why is it like it? Specifically including those politics on all those things? Then here's the thing. First of all, you do not have to copy those old people. You don't have to be like, hey, Virat Kohli or any big authority is like being so humble. You have to be. Hey, listen this very carefully. Until and unless you are not having power, doesn't matter how much humble, how much kind, how much helping in nature person you are, nobody will value you. Literally nobody. You see that there are so many millions of people are there. Even if I say billion, it's like okay, Because there are people, it doesn't mean it will increase. Because just like you, there are so many people who are behaving just like you when it comes to humbleness, hard work, but the same thing is there with them. Salary isn't increasing. Here's the point. Your kindness, your hard work doesn't increase. You see that there's so many people, Asian dads are there who are working 9 to 5, totally full day working so hard, even on their Sundays, even on their holidays, but still, you know the result. And you know how much innocence, how much humbleness they carry. But nobody values it. And why anybody will value? There are literally millions of people like that person. So here's the point. Until and unless you're not having power and you're being humble, there's completely no use rather than you're doing a bullshit. Because you're being humble and people will criticize you. People will hate you and you will get easily hurted. And even people will see you as a person to get hurted. Because you're being that humble, and even people won't gonna value you because you see that. So here's the thing. Until and unless you're not having power, you're being humble, it's bullshit. So what do you have to do at that point? Of course, you have to get power. But at the journey when you're not having power, you have to be the person with that great attitude, with that positive mind, positive attitude, and a great mindset set. And it doesn't mean you have to be rudish, you have to be that egoistic person, but it means that focusing on your goal, focusing on your aim, just going towards it, whatever people are saying, ignoring it, people are hating, ignoring it, take it in a good way. If it's helping you, taking it, improving it, moving further. But having that power. Likewise, if you're in your office, if you're doing that your 9 to 5 all those job, how you can increase your salary, something like that is there with you, that you're in corporate, you want a great amount of salary or something like that. What you can do, you have to act like a person with power. You have to dress powerfully. You have to have a great body language. You have to have a great sales marketing skills. You need to attract people towards you. And it means a great body language, great skill set, great accent, great personality, a great look. And that's what, it doesn't mean any racism thing or any skin color thing, but that's what you need so. And this is not the thing which actually is something like kind of a very thing which everybody is doing, but you're doing something extraordinary in that, a hard work, but it's the thing which spot you, which actually differentiate you. Because everybody's coming on this show daily, but you're doing like blazer and those old things, which gives you power automatically. And I met really so many huge amount of people who are not so rich, but still they are behaving like them. And which gives them power, which gives them authority. And even I've seen people that who are the kind of people who lives the lifestyles like those kings. Now you can imagine how much rich they are, but still they're like being so simple, normal, nothing wrong in that. But that's where your value decreases. You don't seem to be like that person. Of course, no offense to anybody. And that's where you have to spot on. And this is what's the journey part here. So when you get power, now you can do anything you want. Anything you want. Of course, you know what? When you have power, anything which you do impacts double and triple and how much ever you can multiply. Because I recently seen Salman Khan, a great hero, a great actor. he actually said something about that Ganpati Utsav, that people are just kind of throwing, just floating Ganpati Bappa in the river, and it's being so dirty, and it's kind of insulting Ganpati Bappa, Ganesh ji, on this festival of Ganpati Utsav. And he was saying that, hey, why you're doing these all things? And of course, like every actor and actress, every Indian, just say everything this daily, on every year on this festival. But you know what? When normal people say nobody value, or they say like, hey, it comes every year and everybody says the same thing. But when actor or actress, or whenever a big authority say, it values. Or people be like, hey, that person is like cares so much for India. And that's what. And even same with Ambani family, you see what's happening. When I give you the example of Ambani family, if you see that their children, when before a decade or like few years before, when you will see their behaviors was like different. The way they were talking, their gestures, their body language was totally different. I hope you're guessing what's the difference means. And now it's completely kind of humble, sweet, and people are like, oh my God, that's so sweet. But you do not know. Again, I'm telling you, when you have power, whatever you are doing, it impacts. Likewise, when you see cricketers going on pajamas or doing those old things, or even anybody's there, they see like, hey, is someone photographed, or they're just hugging them or asking for their name, it's be like, oh, they're so great, such a great mindset, or such a great pure heart person. They say like it because you're having power. And even whenever you say anything with power, it impacts. Even if a same thing, a person, whatever I'm saying, a person of high authority, or Cristiano Ronaldo will say, or Messi, or anybody, your favorite or high authority will say, values more. Even same with if a particular thing is there, or even never give up thing is there, or even the thing like that was very famous from Cristiano Ronaldo, that his favorite subject is science. That his favorite subject used to be science in school. Even if a normal person will say, or person with not that much authority will say, will not value that much, but it will value that much for that person, not for that person, but for people who are listening. Why? Because he's having power, and the result is coming right now. The proof is right now, like when he launched his YouTube channel. You know what the great thing happened just within 2 hours, just within few days. It's even not been proper a week, he reached 50 million plus. Why? Just because of power. Is his video is totally different or what? No, but still. That's what's the game of power. And even same with actors like Shah Rukh Khan. You know what it is. There's no hates for them or any offensive thing for them, but the thing is that when you will see how they were, or how they were off camera and those old things on camera, different, right? Totally different. Even when Ronaldo or any big authority say, you should never give up, or when any normal person say, it makes completely so different, huge amount of vigorously amount of difference, because the power is there. And I just can't tell you, if you're having power and you're being humble, or you're showing that small, even humble gestures, like a big authorities, billionaires, I can't tell you how much people would love you for that, give you love and support for that. And that's what's the thing. That's exactly what's the thing. If you're having power, what do you have to do? If you're not having power, what do you have to do? It's all in your hand.